Dreamsequence number 11, the sacred geometry of astrology. Astrology is the sacred geometry of the macrocosm. It measures what the cosmos are doing on a grand scale by assigning values to mathematical coordinates in the universe. All in all, this is an age-old and brilliant practice that can never cease to yield wisdom to the discerning seeker. Once you truly understand astrology, you will grasp the essence of events and why, when, and possibly even how they will happen. If ever astrology fails to work, it is a mortal failing. Despite how complicated it may seem, the universe is a fluid clockwork system of immaculate design, and anything that fails to be possible only fails because its laws have not been properly apprehended. Astrology works because the entire universe is not random, but correlative. By this I mean the universe operates on the same overarching laws and so reflects upon itself together as a whole. Think of it like a spinning turntable. Spin one side of the table and the whole table is affected by that one spinning action. Likewise, the motion of planets, stars, and dimensions all relate to events happening here on Earth. This is not so much mysticism as much as logical scientific reasoning. If everything affects everything and the butterfly effect is in force, nothing exists in isolation. In astrology, the 10 traditional planets are not the primary influencers. It is not the planets themselves that rule events, it is rather the principles those planets embody or indicate. Planets are only markers of what is there on Earth, like hands on a clock. Yes, they have some direct weight and effect, but for the most part they aren't causing the events astrology relays, but rather marking those events relative to Earth. Thus we can see that the planets are simply markers for the Sephiroth, or cosmic principles inherent to all systems in this universe. Even the sun and the moon, which ultimately have a very literal effect upon us, are ultimately manifestations of these 10 spheres of influence that are represented as planets in allegory of metaphysical lore. Assigning planets to the Sephiroth is symbolic of much more than just the physical planets those Sephiroth are named for. So you can think of astrology as a literal form of clock, marking the cosmic calendar and the forces that are represented in every mystical system. As a famous artist once said, everything is everything, meaning this is one gigantic interconnected life system we are dwelling in. Everything has some sort of significance to everything else, and nothing dwells in isolation. This, my friends, is astrology, which is at the heart of magic itself, and is the wheel of time we cast our cares and concerns upon. You can literally predict the elements in force for casting a spell once you comprehend this fabulous medicine wheel of the ages. Hopefully this helps explain to you the reason why astrology is sacred geometry and that it matters to you. Please like and subscribe to this channel to promote greater awareness of the craft. Much love, Fade.